Also, Andre, it really just seems like a couple of months ago that the green and gold was in action again. How excited are you guys to get this weekend underway, which essentially marks the start of the 2026 campaign for the Springboks?
Yeah, it feels like we just finished the other day, but like I said, very excited for the season to begin and hopefully start it off on high. I think everyone is very excited to be in the squad environment, training hard, and everything's been going good.
Nicholas?
Thanks. This is for Luan. It's been quite a year for you, coming from the junior Springboks, the under sevens, the Sharks senior team, and now SAA. I mean, how do you keep your head above water after all of that? And maybe what are some of your personal goals for Saturday?
Yeah, I've been privileged enough to be in a lot of environments this year. Thankfully, I'm still healthy and I can play in this Saturday's game. And yeah, I think as a team, we have some standards to we set for ourselves, and obviously I have some goals in mind. But it's just to perform and to showcase the things I've learned in the past 2 weeks, learning from all the guys and the coaches. So yeah.
Lita?
Thank you, Z. Hi, Andre. Hi, Luan. Andre, for you, please, just some targets that the Springboks have set for themselves this weekend. Quite a gevestigde core of the side is playing. So what are those goals that you set and the targets?
I think we just want to go out and play our game. I know it's a Barbarians game that everyone looks at and think it can be loose. And they might, or they want to try and make it loose, but we're just going to stick to our processes as we do in every other game. For us, it's a normal test, and that's how we're going to handle it and go into the game with that, and obviously hope to be successful in that way.
Okay.
Peter, hi, Luan. Congratulations. Hi, Andre. Andre, just for you, looking at the bench, it looks like you and Jesse are set for 80 minutes each. Who's the centre cover? Is Vusi Moya? He's from the Sharks with you. Is he going to cover centre?
Yeah, I think there's more than enough cover in the squad. We know a lot of players can play different positions, and everyone at the moment knows who's going where, and what if something happens. Who's going to what position, so everything is sorted and everyone knows exactly what to do. But yes, everything's covered on our side.
Stephen?
Thanks, C. Andre, if I don't know if I'm maybe remember correctly, but last year against the Barbarians, was that the beginning of your hybrid life? And then Kewan this weekend, just what your thoughts are, or what your advice would be to him, and then just your thoughts on him, potential as a 10.
Yeah, I think we can all agree he's a very good player with a lot of skill and a good reading of the game. I think he's slotted into the 10 position very good, especially in training. He's been working hard, learning on the go as well. But yeah, I think with support inside and outside him, players who can help him and guide him, I think he will be very good in that position. And yeah, it's a great option to have as a utility back.
Abuyele?
Thanks. Hi, Andre. Hi, Luan. Luan, for you, you've obviously been sort of dubbed as, you know, the next rising star and all of those stuff. How do you sort of block the noise and sort of focus on what you need to do as a youngster coming through?
I think for me, it's just focusing on my process, focusing on things that I have to do to get better. Obviously, the media and outside noise is always going to be there, and it's going to be there for the next stars coming up. And I think it's just to focus on yourself, have the right system around you, especially in this system. I can ask for help for anybody in this position, and the coaches and the players are so helpful. So I think it's just to focus on what you're doing, what your process is, and yeah, at the end of the day, just try to shut out the noise.
Lita?
Andre, just back at you. We know at the start of the year, Rassie and the other coaches like to put you through what has been described as very rigorous training in terms of fitness. Just how was it this time around? And then do you feel you guys who haven't played maybe in a URC quarterfinal or Premiership or top 14, whatever it may be, do you guys feel that you are at that level fitness-wise that you can put up a full 80 on Saturday?
Yeah, I think coming into Springbok camp, you always know it's going to be tough. If you want to play at the highest level, you need to train at the highest level. So before we had our lineman camps and everyone knew what the targets were and what the requirements is to come into the squad and to perform here at fitness levels. And yeah, I think the guys who hasn't played, the guys who has played, I think most of us are on the same level and the fitness levels are good. And everyone has been working hard the last 2 weeks, like we've said, but that's what's required.
Ross?
Thanks, Steve. How's it, guys? Andre, a lot has been said, obviously, about your hybrid role over the last year. And, we've seen other players around the world now starting to get into it, like Lester Fainganaku down in New Zealand with a lot of success. Has Rassie and the other coaches earmarked a few other players to transition to that type of role this season, and that you'll be helping mentor, in getting up to speed on that?
I think we sit with a squad here where there's so many utility players anyway. So yes, there is players training obviously in different positions, like you see in Q moving to 10. But yeah, it's not something we put all our focus on. It's something that's it's obviously an extra and nice to have, but it's not something that we're going out to develop, or if I could say it in that way.
Abile?
Luan, you also quite a versatile player. I think JP once said you can also play 9 and 10. Is that the versatility you want to bring to this SAA side for the weekend? And then how is your experience with sevens sort of helped you in the 15s game, you would say?
Yes, I play many positions actually. I've jogged onto the field for the junior box as a 9 as well. Against Ireland last year, and as well as 10 previous, in the last year's end. So yeah, I have some other positions I can cover, but I think I can bring that versatility in terms of when I'm on the bench or when I'm playing. But yeah, at the end of the day, I must focus on the role I've given, like this weekend on 15. So yeah, I can cover a few positions, but just to focus on the position I'm given. And then on the sevens, I think it developed my game in many aspects, maybe more skillful, like defense, like tracking, things like that. And then it carries over so well to 15 man, and I got the opportunity to be able to express those skills that I've gotten at the sevens in 15 man, and yeah, it's helped me so much.
Ross?
Andre, I think this year has been, the most amount of youngsters in the Springbok training group, ahead of the start of the season. How was that experience for you? And are you really excited, for the future of SA Rugby, seeing these youngsters in action? And also, do you think it's a good thing to get them involved so early and get them mixing with some of the older and more experienced players, ahead of a big season?
I think it's been really exciting to have all the youngsters in. I think they just bring a different kind of energy and a bit of edge. And it's obviously great for them to learn and come through. I mean, as older guys, we can also learn stuff from them, because there's some really exciting talent coming through, and they all need a platform like this to go from. So yeah, it's been really exciting. I think it's a great bunch of guys, all level-headed with their feet on the ground, and everyone's just been head down working hard. And like we said, there's not really seniors or juniors. It's when you come into the squad, it's one squad, and everyone's on the same level.
Stephen?
Thank you, Z. Luan, just what are your expectations from Zimbabwe? Has it been very much a general prep for you guys because you don't really know the opposition? But just from that perspective, what do you guys anticipate from Zimbabwe?
We've said in the beginning of last week, we're taking them as a serious threat. Obviously, they have going to the World Cup and their prep has been good, and they obviously strive to become a good rugby nation. And in saying that, we don't have a lot of footage, so we tend to focus on ourselves. We want to develop the things we want to do on the field, and we have a plan, and we want to stick to that plan. So in a way, it was more focused on ourselves and what we want to accomplish. And yeah, it's basically the message for Saturday.
Avile? Avile? Okay. Are there any more questions for them, guys? Yes, Lieten, jy kan in Afrikaans gaan.
Baie dankie, Z. Luan, net vir jou asseblief, hoe maklik of hoe moeilik was dit om jou verwagtinge in toom te hou toe jy vir die eerste keer daar in die oefenkamp inkom en die bal begin vat met manne wat jy kan sien as wat jou helde was 3-4 jaar terug?
Ag ja, is 'n wonderlike ervaring. Ek dink eerste keer toe die boodskap kry dat ek op gaan kom is eintlik maar so amper droom wat begin waar word, maar nee, vir my was dit soos dat vir ons aan die begin van die kamp opgesê ons moet alles inneem soveel as wat ons kan. Ons moet spons wees en ek het probeer dit doen in die afgelope ek sê 'n week en 'n half en ja, daar's ouens wat ek nou opgekyk het 'n paar jaar terug en nou moet jy maar net vra en net vra hoe hulle ervaring was en hoe dit was en net advies vra. So nee, dat is eintlik maar crazy as jy aan dink dat die nou langs hulle staan en langs hulle speel. So nee, ek probeer net alles invat soveel as ek kan.
En is daar familie wat gaan reis met jou?
Ja, hulle behoort met ek ook kyk, ja.
Avile?
Yeah, thanks. Sorry about that. Luan, you've played with some guys in that back line before. I think you played with Marcus in the SA school side as well. Does that familiarity sort of help you ahead of this game this weekend?
Yeah, I think a lot about in the back line it helps you a lot is the connection. And obviously when coming into the camp, you don't always know the guy playing next to you. But in the last week and a half, we've been really being acted on to build that connection. And obviously the guys that I do know well, it helps to play with them, and it just helps to build that connection even further. And obviously guys you don't know well, we've built that trust and that connection in the week and a half. So I believe it's going to be a thing that we find as a strength on Saturday.
Ken?
Thanks, Ina. Andre, just on the Barbar centre pairing, Alex Nankivell is obviously someone you know well from URC playing for Munster. I'm not sure how well you know Vakatawa, though. What do you make of their midfield pairing?
Yeah, I think it's obviously a powerhouse centre pairing. Nankivell is a very strong abrasive runner, good offload skills and good distribution. So it's going to be a good battle in the centres. And I mean, we've all seen Vakatawa play for France. He's a very experienced centre. He's been around, and also, like I said, strong ball carrier. So yeah, I'm excited for the challenge. It's going to be a good one, and yeah, can't wait for this weekend.
Guys, let's take one last question for them because Carlo and Emmanuel are here. So Ross?
Luan, as Avile mentioned there, you know a lot of the guys in that backline that you're playing with, which is very exciting and helps with your synergy. And you'll probably be lining up alongside most of them at the World Champs. But how exciting is it for sort of all of you to have, slap bang in the middle of your group there, that veteran in Lucanio? And what have you guys sort of learned from him so far, and what are you hoping to learn from him in the match on Saturday?
No, Lucan is a legend of the game. There's always something to learn from him. And this week, we've learned a lot about like pressure handling, things to do where, and yeah, I feel like he's going to be good on Saturday. It's always someone to turn to when you don't know something. So when the pressure is high, you just ask him, listen, what's your advice? Obviously, he's been there. He's operated on the flipping world's highest stage, and it's so nice to be able to turn to him and ask, listen, what do you do? What do you think we should do here? What do you think? And so yeah, it's such a privilege to play alongside him and to ask questions when you worry, and that's just a rock to stand on when something goes wrong or when something goes right. You can celebrate with them.
Awesome. Thank you very much, guys. Dank